This story begins, title being, "Frankly, Mrs. Ketchum, we're not going to tell you." Now, I was born in the birthplace of our 33rd president, Harry S. Truman, in Lamar, Missouri, the date being December the 11th, 1912. So much has happened in all these years, it's rather hard to know just where to start. I'm almost forgetting to leave out about our son being born in 1946. We lived in Green Acres up in North St. Louis, and I had gone to the doctor. Oh, I forgot to say, we were fishing at Lake the Ozarks, and I had to get up and go in the night, and it made me so mad. Well, it didn't dawn on me that I could be pregnant, so I went to the doctor, and he said I had a tumor. And so Bottles wasn't satisfied. I said, you better go to another doctor, a diagnostician or something, to find out more. Well, I went, and the man was giving me the report afterwards, and I guess he gave me the rabbit test. That was old-fashioned enough. And he said, and so forth and so on. The doctor says, and pregnancy and so on and so forth. And I say, wait, stop right there. What'd you say? Pregnant? And he said, yes. I said, you mean normally? Well, I'd heard of tube babies, I guess. I don't know what I thought, but I just couldn't believe I was pregnant after having been married about 8 or 9 years, never been pregnant. So this was April Fool's Day. So I go out to Bottles' office, and he had some customer in there, and he said, well, what'd the doctor say? What'd the doctor say? I said, well, I'll tell you in a minute. So they finished their conversation. The man got up and left, and I said, how would you like to be a father? And he said, what? You're not going to get me on that April Fool joke. And I said, well, call up the doctor and ask him. So he did, and found out that I was pregnant. And Bob was born November 1st, 1946. Does that sound right? That doesn't sound right. 38. Yeah, I guess it was 1946. I can't remember dates and names anymore. Anyway, he was a beautiful baby, and such a good baby. It was just a pleasure to take care of him. He just amused himself. I didn't have to do very much, just give him his 2 o'clock feeding, and one time I put a bottle of his milk. He was a bottle baby, and put his milk bottle into a pan of water and sat in the chair in the kitchen and fell asleep. Next thing I knew, I heard this crackling sound, and I got out of there. This thing exploded, and glass and milk went all over the ceiling and the wall. You wouldn't believe such a mess. And Bottles had it cleaned up for me and repainted and everything. I didn't do that again. Anyway, when he was about not quite 2 years old, Bottles decided he wanted a place to go hunt and fish, and he heard about this place up in on Prince Edward Island, and he was going to get a plane and go up there to look at it, when he got a wire saying that someone from Abercrombie and Fitch in New York had bought it. So we weren't supposed to go there. Well, that Sunday in the Road of Rigueur section here came a big layout of Lake Norfolk in Arkansas. Well, that really intrigued him. We decided we'd come down here and look. And I'll never forget coming down the hill and looking out over the lake where you would catch a ferry. We were on 101 ferry. We'd cross over to the mountain home side of the lake, and it was just so beautiful and so different and inviting, and the water was as clear as crystal. And we crossed over and we went into Mountain Home, which was just a little sleepy town. This was in 1947, the fall of 1947. And we stopped on the corner of the square, which was the only road that was paved. was around the square. The rest was gravel road, and we stopped, saw a man out in front of the Western Auto, which turned out to be Lloyd Fisk, and we asked a place to go on the lake, and he sent us down Tracy Road. Well, there was this place already up, but it wasn't completed yet. There still was a lot of work to be done. There was no underpinning to the lodge itself. But we stayed there, and Tom and Esther Lyle had built it, but it wasn't completed, and she wanted to get out of it, I'm sure, because they wanted to sell it. It was American plan. You had cottages with fire, each one had a fireplace, and you ate in the dining room, and she prepared the meals. Well, she wanted to get out of that. And I didn't know any better. So anyway, we had a nice time. We caught fish, went fishing, took a guide, and caught some fish. And I can remember Tom Lyle and Bottles squatting down in the dirt and drawing with a stick, and he's showing him where the line goes and how much acreage and on both sides of the road. So Bottles said he was going to make arrangements to buy it, which he did.